If you are facing belt failure in your conveyor regularly, then you are at the right place. Hello viewers, I am Ankur, and in this video I will cover drive roller dia selection and belt size selection procedure. Before beginning, I request you to please watch part 1 and part 2 of this video for better understanding of what I will be discussing in this video. I have given links of them in the I button and description of this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you are liking my techniques. Let's begin this video. For conveyor to function properly, its belt and roller should be selected carefully. I will discuss roller selection first. For selecting roller, we will have to ask ourselves three questions. Questions number 1 is what should be the dia of the roller? Question number 2, what should be the shaft size? Question number 3, what should be its material? Let's try to answer each one of them. In practice, there is correlation between belt thickness and roller dia, which is given by the following equation: D equals K times P, where K is a factor whose value varies between 30 to 40, and T is the thickness of the belt. In our case, I have selected thickness to be 4.5. I will discuss how I have chosen thickness of 4.5 later in this video, but for the time being, putting T equals 4.5, we will get D equals to 30 multiplied by 4.5 equals to 135 millimeter, and for standardization purpose I have selected 150 mm. This can be achieved if we select K to be 33. Now moving to roller shaft dia selection, we will have to do a strength check for calculating minimum shaft dia required. For strength check, I am using Tresca's maximum shear stress theory, and the reason behind selecting this theory is because it works well for ductile material, which in our case is SS stainless steel. I will also explain later why I have selected SS, so don't worry about that. Let's just make free body diagram of the roller in two planes. Let's say if this is conveyor system in isometric and this is x direction, this is y direction, and this is g direction, then in yz plane the free body diagram will be looking like this. Here V1 and V2 are the vertical reactions, and W roller is the weight of the roller, self weight, and 300 mm is the width across the bearing. Now if we solve for V1 and V2, we will get V1 equals 25 and V2 equals 25. Now we will focus on YX plane. In YX plane, let's try to make the free body diagram, which will be looking like this as you are seeing in the picture. Here R1 and R2 are the vertical reaction, and TE is it nothing but the tension in the belt, which is 82 Newton, and rest dimensions are same, where P is tension in the belt, and if we solve for, we will get values of R1 and R2 as R1 equals 82 by 2 equals R2 equals 41 Newton. Now we will calculate resultant bending moment and resultant load. Moment in first case at point C, which is a critical point where the maximum effect of loading will occur. M in the first case, MYZ will be given by WL by 4, where W is 50 Newton. and L is 350 mm. W into 50 into 350 divided by 4 will give me 4375 Newton millimeter. M in second case, that is M in xy plane, which is WL by 4 equals 82 times 350 by 4 equals 7175 Newton millimeter. Now equivalent moment M will be given by M equals square root of MYZ square plus MXY square, which will be putting values 4375 square plus 7175 square root of 4375 square plus 7175 square. After solving, we will get 8403.6 Newton millimeter. If we calculate equivalent torque, it will be given by T equals Te times R, where Te is the tension in the belt and R is the roller radius. Now putting the values, T as we know is 82 Newton and R is diameter divided by 2, 150 by 2. After solving, we will get 6150 Newton millimeter. Now the Tresca's failure criteria is given by 16 by pi d cube into square root of m square plus t square equals sy divided by 2 multiplied by factor of safety, where m is the equivalent bending moment and t is the torque and sy is the yield strength of the material and FOS is the factor of safety. In our case, M is coming out to be 8403.6 Newton millimeter and T 6150 Newton millimeter and SY is 205 millimeter megapascal for stainless steel. Now putting the values in the Tresca's failure criteria and solving for D, we will get 16 into square root of m square plus t square multiplied by 2 multiplied by factor of safety divided by pi multiplied by yield strength to the whole power of 1.3. Now putting the values, we will get D equals 9.19 millimeter, which if we try to approximate it, we should choose the minimum diameter of the shaft to be 10 millimeters. Now again coming back to the questions and try answering the third question, which was what should be the material. Material selection depends upon the following two factors. First factor is the working environment and second factor is strength requirement. In our case, the working environment is neat and clean and it should be corrosion resistant. So SS makes the obvious choice for the material, and also first factor, which is strength requirement. S is also good in providing strength. This video is getting longer. For this purpose, I have divided it into two parts. I will cover belt selection procedure in next video, which will be part 4 of the conveyor design series. I will stop here and request you please like and subscribe to my channel. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.